Let's go. Run the ball. 1, 2, 3. Run the ball.
They call it out right away.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Homecoming 1998. We are at J. Leslie Rollins Stadium, home of Bradford Field and the Buena Vista University football Beavers. It is a beautiful day out here today, Cass. The weather right now is 70 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind coming out of the south at 17 miles per hour. The Beavers coming off a tough loss last week to the Storm, Simpson College down at Indianola. The weather was bad, but the score was 24-20 with the Storm coming out on top late in the fourth quarter. Our opponents today, the Luther Norsemen, found up in Decorah, Iowa, came off a loss of Wartburg last week to a score of 43-14. Should be a tough game. Cass, how about the keys to the game?
Well, I think a few keys to the game today are that Luther, with their balanced offense, with the passing and the rushing attacks, very tough. They need to keep control of the football and keep the Beavers down, I think, with their defense. BV, with their keys, is going to push the ball down the field. I think they're going to run, and then they're going to set up that run with the pass, or set up the pass with the run, excuse me. They're going to try the play-action pass. And I think it's going to work. I think the Beavers are going to come out excited, and I think they're going to win this game. But also, I think the BV defense, they have to shut down that offense, the high explosive offense of Luther today. The Norsemen are pretty tough. I think a few key injuries would be Aaron Gillespie, the starting center for BV. He has a sore shoulder, and he's not going to be able to go today. Brian Miller is going to start at center, but his backup is also injured. Casey Jacobson has a sore ankle, and he's going to be able to go, but it's going to be tough. Also, a few players have been moved around. John Fick has been moved from fullback to defense. He's linebacker now. He's starting second string behind Brian Schmidt, but he's going to get a lot of plays today. They're going to work him in. Also, Kurt Bowstead, starting middle linebacker for BV most of the year, has been moved to outside linebacker where he'll be starting, and they're going to utilize his speed out there along with Wade McEnroy's size in the middle at 6'2", 250. He's a junior college transfer and has really helped out the BV defense this year. He's doing a good job in the middle. I think it's going to be a great day for football. I think homecoming has been great this year. It's going to be a great way to cap it off. Let's go Beavers.
Hey, thanks, Cass. Like he said again, it is homecoming 1998 for the Beavers. The weather is great. Like I said, it's 70 degrees. It's much better than last year's homecoming when we lost to Upper Iowa in a heartbreaker. Like I said, it's a great day. 17 miles per hour wind coming out of the south. We just can't say enough of how beautiful the day is. The Beavers are pumped. Come on down to the game. The crowd will be good. We'll go to a commercial right now. We'll be back with you at J. Leslie Rollins Stadium.
Have the power to change the world.
I can change the world one child at a time.
I know I can make a difference in those children's lives.
I teach.
I teach.
Yes, they're teachers, but to the kids they reach, they're heroes.
I teach.
Do you have the power to wake up young minds, to be someone's hero? Teach, to make an impact on our future. Call 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
Hello and welcome back to J. Leslie Rollins Stadium. The Beavers are looking pumped in their blue and gold, as is Luther in their white. They look almost like Penn State, but I don't think they're going to be able to overcome homecoming 1998. Well, right now we're going to toss us some Simpson highlights when Buena Vista lost 20-24.
Like we said, Cass, the weather was kind of bad with Klinkenfuss hooking up to Tyler Tryon in the opening quarter with the Tyler nice catch down by the 50-yard line. Klinkenfuss back to pass again, hits Tyler again for another first down. Good catch by Tyler. He's working his wide receivers pretty well, Cass. As we find again, Tyler hooks up to Tyler.
Well, it looks like we're back to the field right now.
Yeah.
We'll bring you those highlights in a minute. As you can see, you get a few Beavers in the screen here. They're really pumped today, and the linemen are really going hard at it. They ain't messing around. This whole week, no one's been taking anything off. They've been hitting. And that's part of the reason they got a few injuries. But the week that they did take off from hitting is the week they lost 32-0 to Wartburg. Coach Joe Hadachek ain't going to let that happen again, I guarantee.
Hadachek is really pumped for this game because he lost last year's homecoming to Upper Iowa in a tough loss with Leslie Bell just busting up the Beavers defense last year in the fourth quarter, but that's all right. They got some new defensive backs and everything's looking good for the Beavers so far. Like we said, it's a beautiful day out here again. 70 degrees Fahrenheit out here at Storm Lake, Iowa, with the wind coming out of the south of 17 miles an hour. And here on the screen, you see our defensive backs working with Coach. He's working on, he's catching them and stuff. He's working them good, getting them loose and ready to go for the game today.
Coach Steve Maxey or Jay Anderson, I'm not exactly sure right now. But I'd like to reiterate a few keys of the game. As we talked earlier, the BV has to get their running game going, and I think that has to do with I think Grubb has to get some big holes for Mathers, Statler, and we might even see Matt McCracken out of Ottawa, Iowa today. He might get some time, but I think Mathers has to get it going, keep going north and south. Outside running, it'll set it up with the inside run, and they can run the play-action passes off of it, as we said. But I'd like to pay a special note to the tight ends this year. They've really come on after they moved Ryan Grubb, last year's tight end, from tight end to running back now. I think that Dave Jesse and Darren Graber have done an excellent job there, and also Klinkenfuss is doing a great job at quarterback.
Yeah, just a few stats for the offensive team so far. They're averaging 280 yards per game on the offense. They've had 103 first downs so far on the year. Just to stress how much Hadachek believes in the run, 53 of those first downs has come off the run, and the other 35 have come on passing first downs, 15 by penalty, but that's okay. We'll take the penalties when the other team gives them to us. So far in the year, we've had 829 yards passing on the year so far, with 1,132 yards rushing. Klinkenfuss has, the Beavers have had 7 passes intercepted, but that's all right. He's doing a good job right now. There's a couple of key penalties last weekend against the Storm to help the Storm bring the momentum back to their side, if you will, to help them pull out the victory last week. It was a tough Simpson Storm. The Storm was rated #1 in the preseason poll in Division III, Cass. Like I said, they're always a tough team. They're having a little bit of a down year so far, but no matter what, they'll be tough inside and out.
As is always. Mark, I think that you hit the nail on the head there, talking about those stats by rushing. Hadachek doesn't just emphasize it, he tells that you got to run the ball. And right now, we're going to go to a break. So come right back to Innovation Video.
Thousands of women will lose a child to AIDS simply because they didn't get an HIV test when they were pregnant. You see, there's now treatment that can help stop the spread of HIV from mother to baby, which gives children of HIV-infected mothers something they never had before: a chance. If you're pregnant, please get an HIV test.
We want to see our children succeed. But setting easy goals for our kids creates the toughest obstacle they'll ever face. Because succeeding in the real world isn't easy. Help the effort to raise standards in America's public schools. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE.
My son, Daku, was riding a motorcycle when he was struck by a car. I had spoken to him previously about donating his organs, and it made it so much easier for me to make the decision. I knew that this is something that he wanted. I didn't have to feel guilty about making the decision, doing something that he may not have wanted. Every day I tell people, talk it over. You must let people know what you want.
Do you think you have the power to change the world?
I can change the world one child at a time.
I know I can make a difference in those children's lives.
I teach.
I teach.
Yes, they're teachers, but to the kids they reach, they're heroes.
I teach.
Do you have the power to wake up young minds, to be someone's hero? Teach, to make an impact on our future. Call 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
We got a great day for football, as we said earlier. Right now, Luther's going to go up in the locker room, talk it over. BB's going to run a few plays, and right now I'm going to send it to Mark Hazelton. He's going to talk about the conference record right now.
Okay, right now, Cass, we find two undefeated teams at the top of the Iowa Conference football standings right now. They are Central College and Wartburg. They're both at 6 wins and no losses on the year. Second place team, as I said earlier, is Co-College from Eastern Iowa and the Buena Vista University football Beavers at the record of 4-2. That's tied for second. We find last week's opponent Simpson moving up to the record of 4-3 in third place alone. Then moving on down, we find Upper Iowa also at 4-3. I'm sorry. Luther we find at 3-3 so far this year. The Loris Rams have 2-5. Following up, we have the Cornell, William Penn, and Dubuque. Dubuque is in the bottom of the spot at 0-4. And last week, now due to technical difficulties, we're going to toss to the highlights of the Simpson game. Okay, like we said, Klinkenfuss hooked up to Tyler Tryon on the opening play, and it was moved the ball out to about the 50-yard line. Again, we find Klinkenfuss working it to the outside to his receivers again to Tyler Tryon, picking up yet another first down for the Beavers. Now Klinkenfuss back to pass again, hooking up to the other side of the field to Tryon again. He's doing a good job spreading the ball. Then we find Zach Mathers taking a misdirection play, doing all he can with it to pick up about 7-8 yards on the play. It's good individual effort by Zach Mathers. Now we find Mathers taking the ball up the middle again, about a 9-yard gain, real close to a touchdown. On the next play, we find Mathers breaking the touchdown to score the first score of the game. On defense now, we find Mike Petticourt stuffing the play up now. Moving on to the Simpson field goal. That makes the game 7-3. The Buena Vista defense doing a good job on the Simpsons. On the kickoff after the field goal, we find Josh Wigg, an outstanding kickoff return, taking the ball all the way up to near the 50-yard line, about a 48-yard return. On the next play, we find Klinkenfuss hooking up with Dave Jesse's, one of the tight ends that are routinely going in and out, bringing in the plays. Then we find Jesse again hooking up on a 42-yard game from Klinkenfuss, down to about the 2-yard line, and Mathers takes a plunge again to score the Beavers' second touchdown of the game. BV defense doing a good job again. They bat down a pass, that was the interception, by Jeff Brennan. And now Mathers takes the ball again on a handoff from Klinkenfuss, works out another 9-yard gain. The holes are just there, and now we see the Buena Vista Beavers defense blocking a field goal of the Simpson Storm. That was a good all-around effort by the DV defensive squad there. Now we find Klinkenfuss hooking up with Britt Mackey, number 25, going down inside the 45-yard line. Good job by Klinkenfuss finding an open receiver. Again, we find a Klinkenfuss on a screen pass to Zach Mathers. Gets about a 10-yard gain, about 5 yards from the first down. Klinkenfuss again back to pass. Really a swing pass to Brian Grubb,
Yep, Ryan.
number 23, the fullback. And good punt coverage by the Buena Vista Beavers, not letting the Storm get any type of return, setting up in tough field position for the Storm. Now we have to find good pass coverage by the Buena Vista defense. Not really sure who the defensive back is, but he does a great job with great individual effort. Again, good pass coverage by a swarm of the Buena Vista defense. And we find Simpson going in for a touchdown. Really tough job on the defense trying to stop the Storm. We find Klinkenfuss trying to force a pass in near the end of the halftime with an interception by the Storm. Halftime score was 13-10. Buena Vista, Play action pass to David Jesse's by the Klinkenfuss. Now we have Heath Statler taking a draw from Klinkenfuss, finding an opening, getting as much as he can, trying to get those yards after contact. Now we find Zach Mathers taking the draw from Klinkenfuss, breaking it to the outside, using his speed and all he can to get as many yards as he can. Doing a good job for Zach Mathers. Again, we find Zach Mathers taking the ball up to finding any hole he can. Just good individual effort for Mathers. Here we have Klinkenfuss with a dump pass to Mathers. Good job by Klinkenfuss noticing his receivers are not open and not forcing, just picking up the dump pass to Mathers and just taking it for as many yards as he can. We find a bootleg here by Klinkenfuss, does a good job deciding to run with the ball, picks up about 15, maybe 20 yards, gets a first down. Again, we have Klinkenfuss rolling out, finds Darren Graber, number 80, the other tight end, in for the score. That was a nice pitch and catch by Klinkenfuss to Graber. We have Mike Petticourt again knocking the ball down, number 95. Good defensive stand there, finding the Storm punting. A nice Storm punt, but Jeff Brennan takes a chance. Ball touches him, make a risky move, but that's okay. He's known for that, and this time it didn't work out. We find the Storm doing a draw play, catching the Beavers off guard. Nice trip up there to save a score. Again, we find the Storm running the ball up the middle. Big fullback goes all the way in for a touchdown. Now we have Klinkenfuss with a pass to, I believe that was Mathers. That one was to Mackey, I'm sorry. Nice catch, pitch and catch. Klinkenfuss, another interception by Klinkenfuss, but that's all right. He was trying to force the ball a little bit, but that's a chance you take throwing an interception during a game like this one, especially against a quality team like the Storm. We have another touchdown run by the Storm. That put them up 24-20. Now we have a punt return by Jeff Brennan. Nice way, zigzagging through the holes. Almost breaks that one. About a 33-yard punt return. Klinkenfuss hands the ball off to Mathers on a counter play. Gets out to about the 42-yard line. Find Klinkenfuss again on the pass. Hooks up with Tyler Tryon. Nice play, and Klinkenfuss again. I'm sorry, the last one was Mackey. This one's to Tryon. Nice catch by Tryon, but too little too late for the Buena Vista Beavers, losing the Simpson game 24-20.
Great job on those highlights there, Mark. Right now we're going to toss down to a sideline report with Ryan Harder. In just a second we'll go to that. Right now, looks like we're going to go down to him now.
The starting fullback for the Beavers, number 23, Ryan.
Thanks, Cass and Mark. It is a beautiful day in the BV neighborhood for a homecoming game down here on Bradford Field of J. Leslie Rollins Stadium. I'll give you a little bit of background about the Luther Norse. Last week, the Luther Norse took on the Wartburg Knights. They lost 43-14. Luther got on the board first, 7-0, but Wartburg responded with 29 unanswered points, a couple fumbles in the game. The Wartburg got 495 yards on Luther, and Luther only managed to get 133 yards of total offense. That was led by Jeff Smith of Luther. And that was Luther's homecoming. So they're going to Since they had their homecoming wrecked, I imagine they're coming hoping to wreck a Buena Vista homecoming. Hopefully that won't happen. It's a beautiful day here for a game. Feels more like September than the end of October. So it's a great day. I encourage everyone to come down to Bradford Field, J. Leslie Rollins Stadium, and check it out. Now back to the power team of Cass and Mark.
Thank you, Ryan. That was a good silent part. Good information. Right now we're going to toss to a Coach Hadachek interview done by our very own Ryan Wickstrom earlier this week.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the big pregame show for the big homecoming extravaganza game here on Innovation Video. I'm sitting here with Coach Joe Hadachek now. We're just going to go back. I know it stings. Last week, Indianola, game that looked like you should have won. You played through the whole game, led most of the way until late in the fourth quarter. Do you have some thoughts on that? Or?
It was a great football game for our fans. We had a terrific crowd there, Ryan, and I was very proud of the way our BV team was represented in terms of crowd. But the disappointing thing was the loss, and there was a couple key factors I think attributed to that. We did dominate, like you said, most of the first half and a part of the third quarter, but it came down to turnovers, and we made a couple mistakes that dearly cost us possession, in addition to the Simpson converting into scores. So we rebound from this game. We learned from it. Our men handled it extremely well, especially Monday morning when I had a chance to meet with them. You know, I knew they had the right type of attitude, and I feel very confident that we can play with anybody in the league based on our performance against a very good Simpson football team.
And they were ranked number one in the nation preseason.
You know, so you're comparing yourself against a perennial powerhouse. And when you see what we did and it accomplished here in a short period of time, I feel very good about where our program is and where we're headed.
And let's move on to this week now. Homecoming, big week, probably the biggest week of the season usually. Mm-hmm. And you've got to feel good. You're going into homecoming 3-0 at home, and it's got to be a good feeling being able to bring that record into J. Leslie Rollins Stadium on Saturday.
It's our favorite place to play, and as our young men call it, our house. We want to get after it in our house, and we want to be basically undefeated in this year in the J. Leslie Rollins Stadium. And it will not be an easy task. Luther's been an up-and-down team. They beat a fine Upper Iowa ball club, and then they play very close with teams like Dubuque. So it's a Dr. and Jekyll team. I don't know which one's going to show up, but you know, I believe that the last 2 years we played Luther, it's been a rock'em sock'em football game, and I think that is what you'll see on Saturday, Ryan. The key for the football game is just for our defense to get lined up right. They run so many different formations, probably more multiple than any other team in the Iowa Conference. And for us offensively to sustain our ground attack and get Klinkenfuss on the corner and let him do what he does best, which is make decisions in the pass game. That's the key factor. And then the special teams, well, they always play an important role, just as they did last Saturday against Simpson. We have to play solid and make plays.
Yeah, and going back just to last Saturday on an offensive note, it looked like a lot of passing in the first half, and then the second half you tried to really get the run game going to try to stay with Simpson's run game. Are you going to take the same strategy, start off passing again, or are you going to try to hit the run game early this time?
I think you'll truly see us mix it up and try and keep them off balance. They're a quick, aggressive D-line. They play 8 men around the football, which really, by numbers-wise, Ryan, takes away your run game. So we have to try and basically work off of that, maybe with some play-action passing and some boot, and get Klink on the corner, so to say, where he can run if he needs to or throw the ball. But I think you'll see us be very balanced in the first half and feel out what's working, and whatever's working, we'll milk it till it's dry.
And you told me you have one big concern now, that the team is pretty dinged up, and you've got to really worry about that with a game that the weather's not expected to be real warm. I think it's a high in the mid-50s for Saturday, and you've got some injuries. If you could just talk about that.
You bet. The injury factor is very high right now for our football team, mainly shoulders and ankles and a few other minor scrapes and bruises, but that's typical football. But right now we have some key positions like the center position and in the running backs and in the defensive line, where they're always going to get beat up on the defensive line. We have to be able to play through this week, and we have to be able to get a couple of our guys back for Saturday in order to have some depth, because depth has been a key to our success. We've been too deep and feel very confident about the playing ability of both the first and second team person. So we hope we can get into the game in a healthy as we can be basis and come out of the game in the same situation.
Yes, that's one thing you've heard in basically any pregame for any Buena Vista game is we have the depth, and just kind of hitting on that again. With that depth, we haven't seen John Jovanovic playing in quite some time. Has he still been taking reps as the backup quarterback? Or?
Yes, he has. And John knows his role. He's the PAT field goal holder and is the best one on the team at that. But we would not hesitate, if for some reason we needed to go to John. He does some things differently than Klink. He's probably a better drop back passer. Rob's a better rollout, sprint out passer. But he knows his role right now, and Rob really has improved every football game and has given us no reason to try and make a switch at the quarterback spot.
Okay, and we're going to send you back out to J. Leslie Rollins Stadium for live coverage of the pregame and right into the game. So for head coach Joe Hadacek, I'm Ryan Wickstrom, and we'll see you out there.
All right, welcome back to Homecoming 1998 here at Buena Vista University. Beautiful day for football. Coach brought up a good point. We are 3-0 here at Bradford Field. The Beavers are pumped for another home game. We'll be right back after these messages, back for the starting lineup and the beginning of the game.
One of the reasons lions roar is to warn threatening bachelor males from other prides to stay away from their young. Here, a lion cub gets a lesson in proper roaring from its father. Teaching this behavior is not just crucial to the pride, but also to the survival of the species. Just a reminder how important it is for fathers to spend time with their children.
Here's my nephew Scruff, about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh. It's my dad's. You want to hold it? What'll I do?
You'll see, but that's not the only problem he has.
Hey, here's a shortcut. Not down there, Square. I don't think it's safe. Come on, the coast is clear. I'm not taking a chance, Lance. Oh, no. Well, hello, Dogface. Come to give us your sneakers.
Uh-oh, trouble again, Scruff. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies, drugs, and guns.
Am I the hero again?
You'll see. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. And you'll be helping take a bite out of crime.
I want it.
Welcome back to J. Leslie Rollins Stadium, Bradford Field. We're going to give you the starting lineups right now and talk a little bit more about the game. Offensively for the Beavers, it'll be number 80, Darren Graber at tight end, number 51, Matt Kincaid at offensive tackle, Eric Johnson, number 70, playing offensive guard with Brian Miller, the anchor in the middle, 66, playing center. Eric Lance, number 63, is offensive guard also, and the other tackle is Jeff Jacobson, number 72. At wide receiver, we've got a great tandem out there. We've got Tyler Tryon, number 1, with either Brent Mackey or Todd Tryon playing most of the downs otherwise. Mackey's number 25, Tryon number 24. Ryan Grubb, as we said last year, was tight end. This year he's fullback, number 23. Zach Mathers, great running back, had 268-some yards a couple weeks ago. He's number 30. Rob Klinkenfuss, the quarterback's number 5. And Carlos Martinez will be doing our place kicking. When we score touchdowns, it will kick off. Offensively for Luther, Clay Peterson, Steve Smith, Torrey Mallet, Doug Keel, Jason Trott, Matt Papke, Steve Hobert, Thane Holland, Tim Broval, Jeff Smith, Jacob Nimrod, Tim Newman. Defensively for the Beavers, Mike Petticord, Dan Barkema, Mark Smith, Kurt Bremer, Wade McEnroy, Brian Schmidt, Kurt Bausted, Jeff Brennan, Bart Smith, Brian Davis, Ben Smith, Mike Barron, and defensively finally for the Luther, Norseman, Kobe Sullivan, Brent Stender, Joe Beck, David Stragle, Marty Hendrickson, David Wente, Steve Hudak, David Muff, Chris Sorciel, Eric Gwinnett, John Haltwig, and Brian Wales. We have the kickoff. Back return is Wig, and he gets the ball. He fumbles it, picks it up, gets a hold of the outside, but doesn't get there quick enough, and he gets wrapped up by number 57 of the defense for Luther.
That's a good job by Josh Wigg there, covering the ball after he made the initial fumble. That's all right. He has good hands. Used to be a high school quarterback for Irwin Kirkman Manila down in southwestern Iowa. So he knows what to look for. He knows how to handle the ball.
Courtney Woog on that tackle for the Norseman. As Buena Vista Beavers line up in an offset eye, it looks like. And Klinkfuss under center takes a snap from Miller, and the handoff up the middle as Mathers gets stopped by a host of tacklers.
Like we said earlier, Hadacek starting out with the run again. He really believes in the run. He basically lives or dies by the run, but that's all right. With our offensive line a little bit banged up with starting center Aaron Gillespie out, we still will have a solid offensive line for this game alone.
Great
find
point there,
Klinkfuss under center again with an I formation with Grubb and Mathers in the backfield. Both Tryon brothers out wide to the left.
As Klinkfuss dropped back, it's a draw, a play that worked last week against Simpson repeatedly. Mathers makes a good move, breaks one, but not the second as he grabs her on the ankles, leans forward for a gain of about 8 on the run.
That'll put the Beavers with a 3rd and long, about a 3rd and 8 here early in the first quarter with 14 minutes left to go.
Yeah, gain of 2, it will be 3rd and 8. Sorry. As BV comes up into the huddle, discussing the play, Luther's already on the field. Looks like they're in a 4-2 defense, 5-2 defense.
We have Mackey and Tyler Tryon out wide for the Beavers with tied or split in right now. Darren Graber, Klinkfuss in the shotgun.
Yes. Miller on the center there with the snap. Good snap. It's a quarterback draw. Mathers leaned it up. Klinkfuss gets a few yards. He's going to be close.
It's going to be close for the Beavers.
Real close, but I don't know if he got it or not. I can't tell from our angle right here.
It was a good play call because the Luther Norsemen were looking for a pass all the way by Rob Klinkfuss. That's all right. It brings up a 4th and about 1. I'm afraid we'll see the punting team on for the first possession for the Beavers.
About the 33-yard line on that run. Just a little short, about 2 yards short. Brennan, is that who's kicking?
No, it's freshman from Carroll, Iowa, Mike Behrens. Number 13 back in punting formation with John Fick as the up back. Nice snap. Mike gets his leg into it. A high kick. Number 29 caught the ball on about 30.
Good return, breaking a couple tackles, getting up there, making some moves. That was Mike Bollinger, the returner, freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota for Luther.
I believe it was 95 Mike Petticourt on the stop for the Buena Vista Beavers too. So he's pulling both punt team and starting defensive line. So he's going to be busy today.
Good punt by Behrens there into the wind. It's going to be tough to get many kicks or punts into that wind or even throw the ball. As we see Luther coming up to the ball, also in that offset eye. To the strong side. Number 12 at quarterback for the Norsemen. Drops back, pitches it. Number 20 out, sweeps.
Strings it out wide. Number 41 on the stop for the Beavers. A pickup of 5. Strung it as wide as he could, but that's all right. The Beavers covered.
That was Dougherty at tailback there. Good run. Nimrod is not the starting quarterback. That would be number 12, Keith Lesmeister. And he's been starting most as a sophomore. He was predicted to come in as a starter, but the other quarterback, Nimrod's also got a lot of playing time, so we could see him later. But in motion, we got a toss. Once again, Bollinger on the carry. Tough yards. Got a gain of about a couple there. Or Dougherty, Jason Dougherty. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 510, 200-pound tailback. He's good size. He's got a little bulk to him.
That was a good stop by the Buena Vista defense. Now they got to the ball quick, strung it out for about a 1-yard gain. Good gang tackling, not letting them get any yards after the initial contact.
Once again, Luther up to the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, drops back, straight drop back. They're lofted up for the receiver who's open. And he's gain of about, he's going to fall in the end zone. Short at about the half-yard line. Great pass by Lesmeister on that number 88, the receiver. He lofted it up perfectly. That was a nice pass to Wentfold. Number 7 for the Beavers was on the coverage there. He didn't have bad coverage, but the quarterback let him just enough.
I believe on the defensive for the Beavers, that was Bart Smith, number 7, a freshman. He's played really well for the Beavers so far this year. Kind of trying to pick on him because he is a freshman. That's all right. We know he can hold his own like he did the whole season so far.
Well, BV's got a big stop here as they almost jump off sides. Flags are down, and he's into the end zone, so I don't know if this play will be negated or not. Look like BV is off sides. We could have maybe motion. Nope. Luther signals that they got the touchdown. Take a 6-0 lead. They didn't fool around on this drive there, Mark.
No, they knew what they wanted to do. They're following their game plan. We knew they were a passing team or a pretty well-balanced team that liked to pass, but we didn't know how much they would be passing, and I think it kind of surprised the Buena Vista defense to find them passing so early in the game when they had some success running the ball in the first 2 plays of the game.
As Luther lines up for the field goal, place kicker number 14, Tim Newman, tries the extra point, and it's good. So 7-0 lead.
I don't think it's a start that Coach Hadachek wanted for the Beavers today, but that's all right. We have come from behind before. Right now, with 11 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first quarter, we find the Luther Norsemen up 7-0 over the Buena Vista football Beavers. That's all right. We're going to try and get Josh Wigg open. I know Hadachek likes the way Wigg is running the ball on the returns. We're going to see if we can find him opening a hole and making something big happen to get the offensive jump start.
That touchdown by number 20, Dougherty of the Luther Norseman. Wigg, as I said, back to return, along with number 41, Brandon Lane, another freshman cornerback from Sioux City, Iowa, 5'9", 180 pounds. Excuse me, Ben Smith.
These 2 guys in deep for the Beavers are both explosive. We'll just see which one gets them all and hope for the best. We find John Fick and Mike Mickey up right in front of them about the 20-yard line. Both Fick and Mickey used to be running back, so they can carry the ball if needed. They kick it away from Wigg.
The ball will either bounce out of bounds
goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Must have bounced over the pylon there.
Beavers will have the ball on the 20-yard line to start off their second drive of the game with 11 minutes, 28 seconds left.
I think it's important for the Beavers to go back to the running game, see if they can get it going again. They almost got that first down. It's short by 2 yards. I think if they can keep drives like that up, you know, they'll get something going. They're trying to set up the pass also. As we've got,
I think the referees talked it over, and the ball did go out of bounds near the 1 or 2 yard line. So we're going to have another kickoff by the Luther Norsemen. So we find the kickoff return team coming back onto the field. And hopefully this time we can get Wigg or Ben Smith on a return maybe to get it past the 20 and see how much they can do.
That Luther drive took only 1 minute, 46 seconds. Those 4 plays, 58 yards. That key pass by the quarterback out there to number 88. Looks like they're going to re-kick from the 30-yard line. Beavers took the penalty instead of taking the ball on the 35-yard line. Thane Holland, the long kicker for Luther.
I believe his number is 21, right, Cass?
24, Thane Holland. Sophomore from Waterloo, Wisconsin. As this one goes to Ben Smith, traps it, picks it up. He's got a wedge, he's got some room, busts a couple tackles, and he's up to about the 33-yard line. So better field position this time for the Beavers as their offense comes on the field this time for good. Clinkenfoot's going to lead them down to a touchdown, hopefully. At least a good drive so far, or to get the Beavers going, get them on the scoreboard here to match the Luther Norsemen.
I really think the Beavers were just trying to feel out their new offensive line with the new center, Darren Miller, moving over from the right guard spot. Right now we have to find Clinkenfoot under center.
Brad Miller with the snap to Clinkenfoot. Clinkenfoot drops back on the rollout, and he throws short to Brent Mackey, one of the fastest receivers on the team.
That's all right. It was a little bit underthrown. We're going to toss down to a sideline report by Ryan Harder. Take it away, Ryan.
Welcome down here to the field. In the last huddle, defensive coach Larry Anderson said that the Beavers need to bounce back after that first defensive shortfall. There are a couple gaps they had open they need to fill, and they just need to bounce back from this. One thing to keep in mind, though, last week against Wartburg, Luther did start off the game 7-0 and wound up losing by a considerable margin. Back upstairs to Cass and Mark.
The handoff goes to Ryan Grubb up the middle for a gain of about 5 on the play. That was a good point. As just because you score first don't mean you're going to win the football game.
That was good blocking in the trenches by the offensive line. As you see there, they're big guys. They know what they're doing. They're experienced right now.
I think it's important for the experience of BB to take over and take them to this, hopefully a scoring drive on this play. It's Klinkenfuss in the shotgun here with receivers on both sides, twins on both sides, 4 receivers and a tailback. That's Ryan Grubb lined up in the backfield. As it's a quarterback draw, not much there, but I don't know if he gets to the original line of scrimmage or not.
There's a flag on the play right now. I believe it looks like a face masking penalty against the Luther Norseman on Klinkenfuss on the quarterback draw. We'll wait and see the signal from the head referee. Or
personal foul. So that'll be should be a first down for the Beavers, and it is.
Different kind of a twist on today's game. The head referee in the white hat does have a microphone on, so we'll be able to tell the calls a little bit better. Big break for the Buena Vista Beavers because they were stopped short of a first down.
I'm not sure if that was a microphone or the field announcer.
Good point. But we find the Beavers having a first down about the 46-yard line.
Klinkenfuss under Brad Miller, the new center. Miller time, as he likes to call himself. Snaps to Klinkenfuss, the handoff straight up to Mathers, who off tackle.
Maybe picked up 1 or 2 on the play.
Right past the original line of scrimmage. I think he got just across the 45-yard line, Matt. Marked, excuse me. Did a game last night with Matt Lacasse. Don't forget every Friday night, KBVU does Friday night game of the week. But today we're on Innovation Video, and we're doing another football game for Buena Vista. And hopefully they can come back with the win after last week's devastating loss to Simpson. Once again, shotgun offense. Miller back. Miller at center. Klinkenfuss. Klinkenfuss drops back. Tryon's wide open as the defender fell down, and he catches it. Great pass play. What a play by Klinkenfuss to find the open man and throw a bullseye right into the chest of Tyler Tryon. Excuse me.
That was a nice pitch and catch by Klinkenfuss and Tryon. The important thing to remember is Tyler made a good job keeping his feet in because he was right on the sideline. If he would have stepped out, the play would have been nullified because out of bounds. He did a good job keeping his feet in. You got to remember that. Good job to Tyler Tryon.
31-yard gain on that play thanks to Charlie Plath, our statistician. Klinkenfuss under center in the one-back set. This time he's up to the line of scrimmage with wide receiver split on both sides. Just back to pass. He has Darren Graber deep, just overthrew him.
Just overthrown to Darren Graber, number 80 by the tight end. We find Josh Wink in the game too. Next at Tyler Tryon. They were twins over on the left side of the field. Here you see Tyler Tryon's graphic. Thanks to Jeff Peoples for doing those for Innovation Video, so we can add a little to our sports experience here at Buena Vista University.
Back into the offset eye, it looks like, Matt, or Mark. Klinkenfuss under center. Looks like he's changing the play at the line. Takes a snap. It's a draw, and it's open. Mathers for gain up to the, looks to be the 30, or the
10-yard line.
Excuse me.
That looks like a gain of 4 for the 3 or 4 yard gain for the Beavers. The thing is important to remember about Zach is he's able to break a long run or be able to make a big play whenever he is called on. Even though he's picking up 2 or 3 yard gains consistently, he has the ability to break that 30-yard run if needed.
He's a hard runner, and he's also he keeps the ball in, and he keeps it tucked in under both of his arms when he's running up the middle. Don't have as many fumbles with him. It's Klinkenfuss back in the shotgun, new formation. Klinkenfuss on the quarterback draw. He has the corner.
He gets inside the 5-yard line, down to the 3. Good quarterback draw by Klinkenfuss. That will be real close to a first down for the Beavers.
I think that the Luther cornerback did a good job. Mackey was into him, but he shed the blocker, stepped upfield, and forced Klinkenfuss out of bounds, whereas he had the corner if Mackey would have held on to his block.
I think they're going to take time to measure. They're going to take time to measure the ball, see if it is a first down or not. As you see Rob Klinkenfuss, a junior from Harlan, Iowa. He's 6 foot even with 184 pounds. I played high school ball with him, Cass. I've seen him grow and mature as a quarterback, and he's looking good so far.
It was a good
first down for the Beavers.
He did a good job, waiting for the hole to develop, waiting for the play to develop, and following his lead blockers. Although he didn't get in the end zone, he still got a first down. It's first to goal for the Beavers on their Luther 3-yard line. BB looking to get even with 8:46 left to go in this first quarter. First down, 3 to go.
You see the crowd here. It looks like it's a packed house here at J. Leslie Rollins Stadium. The fans are outnumbered to support their Beavers. Now back to the action.
Up to the line in the I formation. Looks like some power football. Everybody's stacked in. Takes a snap, hands off to Mathers. Mathers gain about 1 on the play, if that.
It's going to be second and goal for the Beavers. We found the hole closed up real fast. It was a good job by the Luther defensive line closing the hole. There's a whole gang of them on the
Luther
tackle.
had everybody but one cornerback in the box up there to stop that run, so it's kind of been tough for BV to get that in anyways.
We see Britt Mackey going out wide to the left with the I formation with Klinkenfuss under center again.
I formation again. What are we going to see? We'll find out in a second as they fake the handoff. Dave Jesse's open. He catches it. What a juggling catch, Barnum and Bailey style. What a nice catch by Dave Jesse. It was deflected by the defensive back, hit him in the chest, but he kept his concentration. He did a good job of catching the football.
That was a good job by Rob Klinkenfuss buying time, because with the play action, there was a guy coming, head straight towards him, took him back, stepped back, just threw it in the perfect spot. Good touch pass for the Buena Vista Beavers. They tie it after this kick, hopefully. You see Dave Jesse's graphic here from Farmersville, Iowa, 6'2", 228. As we see Carlos Martinez, the freshman kicker, number 3, boots it through the field goals to tie the game 7-7 here for homecoming 1998.
I think also on that pass play, Dave Jesse did a good job of selling the run by hitting his man first and waiting just a little bit, delay release, and coming off the ball. And he ran hard off the ball. Safety, or I'm not sure, safety or defensive back of some sort was on him, and he did a good job getting separation and catching the football. That's all he can say. Great job by the Buena Vista offense to drive down the field. A couple key plays in there was the Klinkenfuss quarterback draw, but don't forget Tyler Tryon on the sideline with that deep throw, 31 yards from Rob Klinkenfuss to get him down there in scoring position.
Another it was a key penalty on that drive. Klinkenfuss had a face masking call against the Luther defense, which gave us a first down and gave us new life for that drive.
That was a 8-play drive, took 3 minutes, 22 seconds. He went 67 yards on the play. Good job, Buena Vista offense.
A big chunk of that yardage came on that big pass play, like you said, to Tyler Tryon, barely staying in bounds. So good job to the Buena Vista offense of battling back to the game.
Kick return to 3-point stance, but it comes back to Luther. Number 24, Thane Holland, also the deep kicker, fouling his wedge. Gets a couple blocks, but wrapped up by number 98 of the defense by Buena Vista. Good job getting down the field and hitting them hard. Eric Shade, a freshman, 6'3", 218 from Clive, Iowa. Good job getting downfield by everybody, not just number 98 of the defense.
See right here, we have Coach Hadachek had the Beaver offense huddled up, telling them good job, pointing of attack on attacking at the line of scrimmage, giving Klinkenfuss time to find his receivers. Just probably congratulate him, giving a few pointers on how to contain this for the rest of the game.
As Luther comes up to the ball, Lesmeister, the pass. Number 88 again on the reception.
It was just a quick slant pass to number 89, but it worked. It was about a 9-yard gain for the Luther offense.
That was Chris Wenthold once again. Lesmeister on that pass, Keith Lesmeyer, that is. Good job by the Luther offense, getting out, throwing the sharp, hard passes for completion.
Most of his passes are just a 3-step drop, just a real quick pitch and catches to see the handoff to number 40 up the middle for the push down for about a 2-yard gain.
Good job by the Luther offensive line pushing the defensive line back just enough to get that first down. They didn't get it by too much, but they got it enough.
You see that the first yard picked up by number 40, Tim Brovald, a fullback, sophomore, 6 foot, 225 out of Alma, Wisconsin. So he's a big guy going up the middle for the Luther Norsemen.
As he has lined up at fullback again, and Lesmeister hands off to number 20, Dougherty, I believe it is, on the carry. Spinning and churning and keeping his legs moving on that. Good job picking up about 6 on the play.
I believe it was number 90 on the stop for Buena Vista. The thing the Luther Norsemen are doing really good, they're getting yards after the point of attack, or after the point of contact today. They're keeping their legs moving and spinning around, and it's tough. The Beavers are having a hard time wrapping them up right now.
They keep running like this, they're going to have that play action pass set up. But they got 2 wide receivers split to this side. A deep drop back pass. He's got a man deep, and he's sacked. Number 77, Mark Smith. Penetration, and he wrapped him up around the legs, and the rest of the guys cleaned him up. Along with him was Dan Barkema and Mike Petticord. Everybody was in his face that time.
That was good individual effort by Mark Smith. As you see him diving there when he was on his way down anyway. You see him diving with an extra effort. 4.
All right, right now we're going to toss down to a break with Ryan Harder.
Ryan Harder down here on the field, or rather in the stadium. I have covered Beaver football for Innovation Video for 4 years now, and this crowd and the stadium has never been this packed. The stadium is literally packed. Even looking over at the empty south section, it is halfway full, which is more than I've ever seen it. And it's an amazing crowd here. It's a great homecoming. Someone forgot to tell these people it's fall break. Back to you, Mark and Cass.
Yeah, as you just saw, Les Meister trying to complete the pass down the sidelines to number 87. Great pressure by Jeff Brennan, and Mark Smith once again getting in there, disrupting things. Forces the quarterback to roll out to his left, where it's very hard to throw back across his body. Jeff Brennan's back to return now for the Beavers, as looks like Luther's going to have to punt.
You see Mark Smith, a homegrown Storm Lake product at 6'3", 240, playing here at Buena Vista University, doing a good job. One of the captains in his senior year for the Buena Vista Beavers.
Brian Wales back for the punt. Calls for the snap. Low snap. Gets the punt off anyways. End over end. Not pretty, but a good job done as Brennan picks it up. He's got room, makes a couple moves. Another move. He's still on his feet, and he finally goes down about the 41, 42-yard line. Good job by Jeff Brennan to making things happen. You know, coaches always say that we'll provide you with the blocks as long as you make the first person miss, and that's what he did. He got about 10 yards on that return by making that first person miss. Good job, Jeff Brennan.
That's a good point, Cass. If you do make the first person miss, a lot can happen if you can open it up. With the Buena Vista always has a good blocking punt team, and to open up those holes for their return man, as we now find Grubb and Mathers in the I formation with twins out to the right with Klinkenfuss under center.
Klinkenfuss drops back. He's got Tryon on a hook and go, and it's intercepted by number 9. He just overthrew Tyler Tryon. That was number 9 for the Luther defense. Eric Ouimet, the D-back sophomore from Arroyo Grande, California. I hope he don't do nothing else this game because his name's very tough to pronounce.
How would you like to spell that one in kindergarten, Cass?
As we see, if you watch on the highlights this afternoon, Kyle DeLea from, I'm not sure what news channel in Sioux City, KTIV4, I believe it is, doing some highlights here. So we'll get to see our Beavers on some TV in Sioux City, Iowa also, as Luther comes up to the ball.
Klinkenfuss just let that pass sail a little bit right over the head, or the outstretched hands of Tyler Tryon into the defender.
Handoff goes to Dougherty on a counter. Nothing doing. The ball's on the ground. Brennan picks it up, and he falls down. He had the end zone if he wouldn't have fallen down. But more importantly, the Beavers have the football.
That was good. It was good, solid point of attack in the trenches. At the line of scrimmage, you see Jeff Brennan, a junior out of Emmitsburg, Iowa, just doing everything for the Beavers today. Returning punts, picking up a big play off the fumble. It was a good play by number 90 for the defensive line.
Yes, good job.
Wade McElroy, yes.
Putting the hard hit on as we've got a split shotgun, it looks like. Shotgun split. It's Klinkenfuss between his two running backs. I'm not sure what we'll see out of here.
It's time to see if Klinkenfuss can redeem himself here right now.
As he gets the ball. It's a shovel pass. There's a lot of room to run. Mathers, gain of about 9 on the play. Great job by Klinkenfuss to sell the sprint out pass, and Mathers to block once and then pitch it inside. Great run by Mathers also.
That's good. That's good all-around play for the Buena Vista Beavers. Good blocking up at the point of attack.
Don't forget those linemen.
I really believe the game is decided by the play of the linemen in the trenches. You can't win anything if you can't hold the line of scrimmage.
As we have
second down and 1 right now.
Towards the tight end. Klinkenfuss under center. Hands off to Mathers once again. And Mathers is going to be stopped short of the first down. Looked like back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 1.
I believe right now Mathers is around 632 yards on the season. He's doing a good job with, he had that one big game where he ran for like 268 yards. He has the ability to break a big one, and right now we're going to see. All right, right now we have a rushing update for the BV. We have 11 carries for 35 yards, thanks to our statistician Charlie Plath.
All right, Cleveland's up under center. Fakes a head out the Mavericks. He's got Jesse open. We could have another touchdown from Dave Jesse. Dave Jesse, touchdown! My, what a play by Rob Klinkenfuss, throwing over the shoulder where only Dave Jesse could catch it, and as we know, only Dave Jesse could catch it.
Man, it's good concentration by Jesse again as you see him falling down as he catches it, and that extra individual effort, you can't say that enough. Outstretch and reach the ball over the line of scrimmage.
As the crowd is on their feet here at J. Leslie Rollins Stadium as Carlos Martinez tries the extra point. What a great job by Rob Klinkenfuss on the day. Yeah, he had that interception, big deal, because he has 2 touchdown passes right now. He's doing a great job with only 3:56 left to go in this first quarter. BV up 13-7, trying to tack on that extra point, and they do, 14-7. That was a high kick by their Carlos Martinez. Great job, Beavers.
You just can't say enough about that offensive line giving Klinkenfuss the time to find the open receiver. And Klinkenfuss again with the pinpoint pass to Dave Jesse's. Didn't try throwing it hard, and just lobbed it up, let Jesse's run underneath it, which is the only spot he could throw it if you wanted to get it to Jesse.
Great job. As Jesse, we said, around 6'3", 6'4", he's going to catch that high pass, and as we saw, he did catch that high pass. Yeah, Dave Jesse, 6'4". Good job there, Jesse. All right, the Beavers are going to be set to kick here in a minute as Luther back to return. Number 24, Thane Holland, the return man for the Luther Norsemen, as Carlos Martinez is the kicker. You know, special teams is also a very important aspect of the game. They got to make sure they get a good kickoff and good coverage. Everybody stay in their lane and don't cheat, and you'll make the play.
We find Carlos Martinez, just 5'7", 150 pounds, but he gets all his might into that ball. He's from Papillion, Nebraska, and kicks it about to the 12, 10-yard line with number 24 picking it again up for the Luther Norsemen.
Holland had nowhere to go except out of bounds, and he did get gained about the 25-yard line. Another salute to that Beaver offensive lineman, Kincaid, Miller, and all the rest of those guys up there. Kincaid, Miller, Johnson, Lance, and Jacobson doing a good job. Along with both tight ends are blocking well also, Jesse and Graber. Good job, guys.
That was a good job by the defensive, or by the kick coverage, because they only let him get about 12 yards after he caught the ball.
As we see John Fick at linebacker now.
Oh, good play by
coverage by number 7, Ben Smith.
Bart Smith. Just a freshman. We saw him get burned a little on the opening drive, but he redeemed himself there.
Making amends. Good job, yes, I agree. As we said earlier in the pregame, Fick was a fullback a couple weeks ago. They moved him over linebacker, get some depth. Also, the other 2 linebackers, McEnroy and Bousted in the game. Also, Brian Schmidt gets a lot of playing time. He starts ahead of Fick, as Fick's now rotating with Schmidt.
As we talked to the coaches and said John Fick's getting that linebacker mentality back from the offense when he played fullback. He's learning to love back to hit people a little bit harder, and he's learning to wrap up better, just getting that defensive mentality back, which is important to add some depth to the defensive linebacker squad.
Out of the I formation, we see that Luther has a new tailback into the game. Number 5, Jeff Smith, who was listed as the starter but didn't get the nod at the beginning of this game. He's in now. That was a good job of BV stepping up and hitting on that play, as we got Thane Holland and number 88 Wenthold, the go-to guy, split out both sides of the ball. Also a tight end on this near side of the field.
The Beavers have the Luther Norsemen stuck with 3rd and 7 with a drop back pass.
Lesmeister fakes the draw, and the pass is batted up in the air by Brian Davis. Looked like he had the pick, but ball bounced straight up into the air. You know, sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, and there's one of those plays. You can't fault Brian Davis for stepping up and trying to knock down that pass. I'm not sure if he's trying to catch it or not, but I'm sure, I probably was. And now he's kicking himself, but it's important for him to keep his head up because, he didn't
It's a good defensive play, though.
Yeah. As Luther, once again,
1st down and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up to the ball is Lesmeister, the quarterback. Hands off to number 5 again. That was Jeff Smith.
Good job by number 90.
Wade McElroy, the big guy we talked about in the pregame, utilizing his size. He's awfully big to block, and he's awfully big to miss, too. I don't know how he did get missed there. 6'2", 250, Wade McElroy, junior college transfer.
Nice number 5, Jeff Smith, just met our number 90, McElroy. Big and bad, and I don't know if he's going to want to do that later on in the game or not.
Charles City, Iowa product, and back in the I formation is Lesmeister and company. As he takes a snap, drops back, receiver falls down, and then he gets nailed.
It was good coverage by the Buena Vista defensive secondary with Bart Smith and Jeff Britton both there to find the receiver. Even though he was falling down, there's no way he was getting that ball no matter what. So we find it third down and 11 right now for the Luther Norsemen with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Or in the first quarter, I'm sorry. Beavers up 14-7.
Back in the I formation is Luther. Lesmeister quarterback. Looks like McEnroy's coming on the blitz, and he does, and takes on the fullback. Screen pass. It was read well by the Beavers, and it's not going to be a first down.
Jeff Britton did a good job holding up the running back to just long enough so he could have some of his other defensive Beaver teammates come over and assist him out. Stopped him about 5 yards short of the first down, so it'll be 4th and 5, and we'll see what Jeff Britton can do on this punt return again.
Kurt Bowstead, Brad Pullman, and company in on that tackle. Good job by Brad Pullman to realize it's a screen as a defensive lineman and drop back and try to find a receiver, and he did. Got in on that tackle. As Jeff Brennan back to return. The kick from Brian Wales, the punter for Luther, gets a good snap this time. Good punt, nice spiral.
Good high.
Brennan's going to let it go in the end zone, and it does. Wise choice by Jeff Brennan there. Rule of thumb, usually if it's ball is going to be caught inside the 10-yard line, you let it go. Otherwise, you take it and see what you can do with the ball. Sometimes players try to do otherwise, and you can't fault effort.
No, it was just a good, solid kick. He got all of his leg in it. I'm not sure if that's what he wanted to do or if he was trying to. It was a good job, good decision by Jeff Britton to let it go. And we find the Beaver offense have 80 yards to go, try to get another score.
Quarterback for Luther Lesmeister right now, 4 for 7 for 80 yards. But right now, quarterback of the day, Rob Klinkenfuss with 2 touchdown passes. He hands off inside to a draw for Ryan Grubb. Ryan Grubb showing a little nimbleness, bouncing back and forth, but he's not going to get much of a gain at all on that play.
That's all right. Earlier this year, Grubb was starting at tailback with John Fick at the fullback position, like you said earlier. But we found Ryan Grubb has more of a fullback build to him. He likes to power run the ball. As you see the offensive coming out of the huddle with Tyler Tryon and Josh Wick split out to the left side of the field.
On this side, we got Darren Graber and Todd Tryon with Ryan Grubb in at fullback. 5 linemen up there up front, going to try to stop that Luther rush. Klinkenfuss under Brad Miller center. Takes a snap, rolls out, picks up a block from Ryan Grubb. He's going to take it himself. He's got blockers. Great job by Rob Klinkenfuss.
Good job by Rob Klinkenfuss.
Following his blockers, letting them set up, not rushing through the play, letting them set up in front of him, take out Luther Norseman, and get the first down out to about the 31-yard line, gain of 11 on that play.
That was just good, patient running by Klinkenfuss.
Exactly.
Not trying to force anything. As you see, Buford Beaver here in attendance today at Homecoming 1998.
Don't forget at halftime, we're going to announce Homecoming King and Queen and talk about some of the alumni here.
As you see, new fullback Mike Mickey, number 40, in for the Beavers in the power I formation.
He's more of a bowling ball than a fullback, Mark. And then we have a screen to Mathers. Blockers didn't get out there in time, but he makes the first guy miss. Number 90 for the defense missed on that tackle. But Steve Hudak slowed Mathers up just enough to get not enough yards. And look, we've got a problem on the field. Starting center, don't forget, Brad Miller, starting center in place of injured Aaron Gillespie, has gone down with an injury, and looks like either Gillespie or Casey Jacobson's going to get the call.
I believe his name is Brian Miller. Sorry to correct you, Cass. But that was the end of the first quarter. Buena Vista Beavers up 14-7 on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, October 24th. You just can't say enough about this weather out here we're having, Cass.
I think Miller, as we see on camera, he's running downfield. He's showing his toughness right now. He is very strong, as are most of these Beaver players. In the spring, I had a chance to see some of them work out, and they were really putting up weights, trying to get better for this season. As we've seen, 4-2 right now. That's a great record for Buena Vista right now, and they're hoping to add on to it today with the win, as they're up 14-7 at the start of the second quarter. 15 minutes before halftime, second down 9 on the 33-yard line.
It will be second down and 9 starting up the second quarter. Buena Vista going towards the south, towards the dorms and everything, towards the campus. That's all right. We have the win now, Cass, so we might see the Beavers try and throw it a little bit more as we see Klinkenfuss back in the shotgun.
Gillespie, the new center now. We'll see how injured he is or if he's not injured. And we got Graber over the middle, and number 27 doing a good job of stepping up and knocking the pass down, almost intercepting it there. Great play by John Hatlovig. Good job, Luther defense there. But Beavers still got another chance to get this first down.
One thing we don't see Klinkenfuss do too often is stand in the pocket and try to throw the ball. We find Klinkenfuss more of a roll-out, sprint-out quarterback, throws the ball real well on the run.
He has a tendency to make things happen when he's outside of the pocket. He's good enough quarterback to make people miss and then throw the ball downfield for a completion. But as we have it, it's third down and 9. Twins on both sides of the field with one running back. As Klinkenfuss hands off to Mike Mankey up the middle. The bowling ball with the big gain. And then he unloads on number 8 in the defensive backfield. Great run. I don't think many people expected Mike Mankey to run the ball, but he did. More importantly, I don't think anybody could see him. He's not the tallest player on the football field by no means. Mike Mankey stands at 5'10", but he's 239 pounds. Gain of about 19 yards on that play. Great run, Mike Mankey. In for Ryan Grubb right now, giving him a break.
I think number 8, Clifford Youngberg for the Luther Northmen, just met him real good, and I think he's not going to forget that meeting for a while.
As we have a a pass faked out, even the announcers. Good job by Rob Klinkenfuss, hiding the ball on his hip, coming up and firing a strike to Darren Graber. As we said, Buena Vista, the Beavers are using their tight ends greatly this season. Once again, perfect example of going to Darren Graber across the middle with a drag.
He could have picked 2 receivers on that one. Tyler Tryon was coming on a drag pattern across the field about 6-7 yards deeper than Graber, but threw a strike to Graber. Good pitch and catch, good enough for the first down on the 35-yard line.
Exactly. That shows that Klinkenfuss has confidence not just in his top receiver, Tyler Tryon, but also in his tight ends. Good job, Rob Klinkenfuss. As the draw goes to Mathers up the middle, and nothing doing on that play. Number 97 and also number 27 on that play, making good stops.
It was a good job by number 97, David Went.
Also 27, John Hatlovig.
Even though it was a draw, he held his position real good and got off his block and stuffed up Mathers in the hole. I think the Luther Norsemen are really keying on Mathers because they know how explosive he is. Like we said, we had a 260-yard game against Cornell earlier in the year, and Cornell right now is tied with the Beavers in second place in the Iowa Conference.
As we have Mathers once again at tailback, I believe. Yes, he steps up. No, 31. Excuse me. I think that's Matt McCracken. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that. But good run. Gain of only a couple, but he stepped up, went through the hole.
We find Garrett Gingrich, the freshman fullback out of Dysart, Iowa. Number 31, he's 5'10", 182 yards. Hadachek's trying to mix up the people in the backfield, seeing if he can draw the Luther Norsemen into it.
We got third and about 8 on the play. I wouldn't be surprised to see another rollout pass. He has both Mathers and Mankey in the backfield along with Wigg, Tryon, and Graber, the split wide receivers. Klinkenfuss wants a timeout.
Called timeout just before the play clock expires. Good job by Rob Klinkenfuss. Good heads-up play. Calling the timeout with 12:44 left to go in the first half.
Klinkenfuss looks disgusted. I don't think he wanted that timeout, but it's better to take the timeout than the loss of yards.
That's true, especially in this part of the field when you're inside the opponent's 40-yard line. With Carlos Martinez as the kicker with the win, he can kick him a long ways, Cass. You have to save that precious yardage, see if we can get another field goal out of this at least. We find Klinkenfuss talking it over with head coach Joe Hadachek and the offensive coordinator.
Steve Osterberger, offensive coordinator. Great quarterback at Drake University, holds 20 passing records for Drake. Right now we have a score of 14-7 with 12:44 to go left. The second quarter, third down and 8 on the 33-yard line of Luther.
Just another beautiful day as you see all our BVU students out and Well, out in pain, I should say. I was going to say out in full force, but
I see Josh Shipman, Jeff Steinkamp, Corey Brady, and a host of others.
Showing their BV spirit. We like to see that. I see Klinkenfuss in the shotgun formation between Mickey and Mathers.
He's going to take the snap from Aaron Gillespie, who's in for the injured Brian Miller, and it's a quarterback draw. Klinkenfuss breaks away from run tackle. He's going to fight. He's going to get the first down. Great job running by Rob Klinkenfuss, using guts to get that play.
Tony, he's determination got that first down for Rob Klinkenfuss right there. He was wrapped up about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but he said, no, I'm going for that first down. I want to keep this drive alive. I want to get our defense some rest and keep this drive alive. It was a good play by Rob Klinkenfuss.
Rob Klinkenfuss showing that that's why this Beaver team is 4-2. Determination on that play, and he's just showing it right there. So he's got Tyler Tryon split out here.
We see Klinkenfuss have 5 carries for 34 yards so far in the day.
Handoff up to Mathers.
Mathers about a 3-yard gain over to the right side of the field.
To about the 21-yard line of Luther.
It'll be second down and 7 for the Buena Vista Beavers with 12 minutes to go in the second quarter.
As Ryan Grubb leaves the field right now, and
Brent Mackey on his way in.
Klinkenfuss calling the play in the huddle, getting his guys set, get the break. Mathers is the lone setback, as we have Graber in at tight end, along with Mackey and Tryon at receivers. And as I said, Mathers the lone setback, as the handoff goes. Klinkenfuss keeps it again, and he's got a receiver just underthrew Darren Graber. I think that he had a man in his face. It's kind of tough to complete that pass.
It was a good decision by Rob Klinkenfuss not to try and force anything. He was being pressured. It looked like by number 52 for the Lewis Northman. I believe that is Mario Sands. He's from Dallas, Texas. And those college up in Luther gets them from everywhere. We got some from Texas, got some from California, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota,
Michigan. All right.
South Dakota.
Back up to the ball is Klinkenfuss behind his big, strong lineman. Takes the snap. Rollout pass for Klinkenfuss. Looks like he's going to follow Mathers around the end and take it.
It's going to be close to another first down. I don't know if he quite got it.
14-yard line on there. I'm not sure if he got it either.
All right, right now we're going to toss it down to a field report with our field reporter, Ryan Harder. Let's see what he has. All right, thanks for that field report, Ryan. Like we said, the Beaver students out in full force today. Klinkenfuss finds Ryan Grubb in the middle of the field. We did get that first down, Cass, so it was first and 10 on the 13-yard line for the Buena Vista Beavers.
Now it looks like it's going to be about first and 12.
Second and 12.
Second and 12, excuse me. Great shot down there of Buena Vista fans getting into their football team here.
It's good to see the students support the football team. Even though it is fall break, even though we don't have classes on Monday or Tuesday, they're sticking around on an extra day to support their Beaver football team. It's good to see.
I'd also like to thank everybody at Innovation Video for coming out and helping film this game. I'm sure the people at home are really happy they get to watch their team play on a Saturday like this. It's beautiful, though. If you're inside, I don't know why. You should be out here watching the game as Mathers gets stopped by a host of Luther tacklers there at the 15-yard line. I expect to see a rollout pass here or a draw.
That was just a good job by the Luther defensive line at the point of attack. I can't stress that enough. If you don't have a good surge after the ball is snapped, your play ain't going to do much. And the Luther defensive line did that one, won that battle right there. But that's all right. We're ahead 14-7. Buena Vista leading with 9:45 left to go in the first half.
Although Mathers had a few good carries, he's only got 18 yards on 10 carries. Not a very good average for Zach Mathers. But as it is, he's still in there, and Klinkenfuss takes a snap, and they want a quarterback jog, and he's got some blocks. He gets drilled and breaks off that tackle. Gets
real
down close to the end zone.
Looks like they're going to spot the ball about at the 2 or 3 yard line, real close to a first down. We're going to see if they're going to measure it. Gain of 12.
Official timeout for a measurement.
Gain of 12 right there. It's real close to a first down. They're going to measure it. It was another good individual effort by Rob Klinkenfuss.
Also, a good job of the line opening up that play. I'm not sure if they trap with the lineman in there and pull him or whatever, but I know that whatever they're doing works.
First down by, I'm sorry, shoot a few lengths short of a first down. It's going to be our first test for the Buena Vista offense. It's 4th and about 2 inches, I would say.
2 lengths, I think.
It's kind of interesting to see if Coach Hadchek is going to go for it, if they're going to try a field goal just to put some more points on the board.
They're going to go for it. I think with this field position, if they don't get it, which I believe they will, they'll have Luther backed up far enough where they can make a tough defensive play on. But right now we've got the Beaver fans on their feet, cheering on their guys. This is the hometown team here in Storm Lake. So let's get up on our feet, fans, and cheer them on.
Real test for the Buena Vista offensive line right now. See if they can hold them and get the first down.
Klinkenfuss takes it himself, and it's going to be close.
Oh, it's going to be real close.
He didn't have to get much.
Depends where they spot the ball right now. It looked like he might have got across the line where it was supposed to go, but he got pushed back. I don't know if they'll spot it at the point where he stopped his motion, and they're going to measure it again. Another official timeout for measurement.
Looks like forward progress could possibly have got him the first down, but I'm not exactly sure. So good surge by the Luther Norseman, staying low and trying to knock the Buena Vista Beavers off the line of scrimmage. But BV gets the first down. The fans let them know it.
I really thought the Luther defensive line thought they stopped him, but Rob's determination got him that one too. So it was a good choice by head coach Joe Hadachek to stick. He believed in his offensive line, and they came through for him today.
Well, now we're going to see if they got enough to get it in the end zone, which I believe they do. And you know who's in? Dave Jesse, so watch out. I'm sure Luther knows where he's at now. As the handoff goes to Zach Mowers on the inside, forced to make a cut, and a loss of about 6-4 on that play. Good penetration by the Luther defense on that play.
I believe that was number 98 for the Luther defensive line, or 96, I'm sorry. That's David Striegel. He's from Williamsburg, Iowa. He's 6'3", 230. He's just a sophomore, so look for some things out of him in the next few years for the Luther Norsemen. We find it 2nd and 8 now for the Buena Vista Beavers.
And Dave Jesse, the weapon, is still in. So watch for him dragging across the middle on this play. Maybe we're going to have a play fake.
We find both Jesse's and Graber in at 2 tight end set here.
And we have a play action pass to Graber. He overthrows him. The cornerback does a good job of getting between Graber and the ball and not allowing him to get a good jump on the ball. I'm not sure if Jesse was out on a pattern or not.
Jesse stayed home and blocked. It was a good choice by Rob Klinkenfuss. He didn't try and force it. He just lofted it up, and the only buddy who could have got that was Graber, but it was a good defensive play, as now we have 3rd down and 8 with 7 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in the first half.
Beavers looking to add some more onto their 7-point lead here. I don't think they want to settle for a field goal right here, so look for them to go for the end zone on this play. Look for that quarterback draw again. It's been working. As Klinkenfuss calls a timeout, I'm not sure what the problem was, but the linemen got a little antsy. They started to look like they was leaning forward, and so did Ryan Grubb. I think they expected this play to be called sooner. I don't think Klinkenfuss liked it, the formation.
It's either that or the play clock was running low again. Klinkenfuss was just trying to save some precious yardage this close to the end zone. I'm sorry. And he's doing his best. He's doing a good job as we find the Beavers on top, 14-7, on this beautiful 70-degree day on October 24th. If we compare this homecoming to last year's homecoming, it's about, I'd say, at least a 6-degree differences in temperature. Last year it was snowing, sleeting, raining. It was a bad day for football, but that's all right. That was last year. This is this year. It's a beautiful day, 70 degrees out, 17-mile-per-hour wind coming out of the south as we see Klinkenfuss running back onto the field after talking to head coach Joe Hadachek.
This has been a really long drive here. So far it's been 8 minutes, 21 seconds. That's got to be some kind of record. It's a good drive, though, by the Beavers. They got one going here, using up a lot of clock, not giving Luther much to work with here.
That's an important thing to remember. Hadachek likes controlling the time of possession. If he thinks he can do that and his offense is good enough, they'll get in the end zone or score more points than the other teams.
Shotgun with 4 wide receivers and a lone running back. Klinkenfuss drops back to pass, and he's going to take it himself, and he's under pressure, and he finds, he had Tryon wide open, but considering the pressure he was under, I'm not surprised they didn't get to complete that pass as the field goal unit comes onto the field. And we see that Brian Miller's obviously not hurt as he coming on with the field goal unit also. Don't forget John Ivanovich, the holder, also the backup quarterback, so he can been doing a good job.
That's all right. It looked like Klinkenfuss was going to tuck that up and run. That's why it looked like Tyler was a little bit off balance and wasn't sure what was going to happen. This is a 25-yard field goal attempt by a freshman kicking sensation, Carlos Martinez. His first field goal in the Intercollegiate Athletic Conference for Buena Vista University was a game-winning overtime kick against Upper Iowa in the first game of the year.
Ice in his veins. He was one of the top kickers in the area. BV got him.
He's from Papillion, Nebraska. I think Papillion's always a powerhouse when it comes to football in Nebraska. So Beavers got a good kicker right now. This freshman, look for good things for him to come in the future.
13-yard line.
We have a penalty on the Beavers now. It's going to be a 30-yard field goal. Back them up 5 yards. I'm not sure if it was a false start or what.
I think it was a delay of game.
Okay. Carlos Martinez just wanted to kick a longer one, I think. As Ivanovich the holder. Martinez field goal up, and it's
right down the middle.
Split the uprights. Good kick by Carlos Martinez. Thanking his lineman for holding him up so he could get the kickoff, and BV capitalized to take a 10-point lead, 17-7 late in the second quarter, 7:47 left to go.
Like I said earlier, Cass, Martinez isn't a big guy. He's only 5'7", 150 pounds, but he can boot that ball like with the best of them.
He's got a lot of leg in him, although he's not too big. Is he a part of the soccer team also?
I don't believe so. I bet he'd be a good one if he was. But I don't think Coach Hadchek will let him go out for both. He's too important to this football team right now.
Exactly. BV fans on their feet here for this kickoff from Carlos Martinez. Wind at his back, so we can see a big kick here. We might not get a return. I'm not sure. We'll see. He does have a good leg on him. He does have a stiff wind at his back. It was 17 mile an hour earlier.
Back deep for the Luther Northman is number 524, and it looks like 53. So that is
Jeff Smith, Thane Holland, and 53's, I'm not sure.
That's David Moll. He's a linebacker out of Doherty, Iowa.
And the ball
big kickoff back to the end zone. It landed in the middle of the end zone.
About 2 yards deep into the end zone. Good kick by Martinez, utilizing the wind, getting the ball high up in the air and let it be pushed as the Buena Vista defense comes onto the football field trying to stop Luther again to give their team maybe one more shot at the end zone. A lot of time left still.
7 minutes, 42 seconds to be exact left in the first half, Cass. That should be a big plus for the Buena Vista defense. They've had a lot of time to rest. They haven't been on the field this is the first time they've been on the field in the second quarter, to be exact. They're just doing a good job so far sticking the Luther offense.
Importantly for as we got an end around to number 24, Thane Holland, who gets stopped for a minimal gain. But as I was going to say, the Buena Vista defense is rested up now, and that really helps them out. Only 7 minutes left to go in this half. They're probably not as tired as they could be if Luther had the ball that whole half, as Luther's defense probably just happy to get a break right now.
We see John Fick again in a trading series with Brian Schmidt, I believe, at that outside linebacker position. Doing a good job so far.
Also, John Anderson in for Kurt Bausted, number 47, as we got a draw here to number 20, Dougherty. And he's got room to the outside. Jeff Brennan running him down, gained about the 45, 46-yard line. Nice play by number 20, Dougherty, getting outside, but even better play by the offensive line and the blockers downfield to get him that room to run.
The real key block to that run right there was set up by number 24. Their all-around player, number Thane Holland, number 24. He blocked number 7, Bart Smith, which really let number 20 break it to the outside, so good job to him.
Nice draw play by Luther. Is there looks like to be the wing T offense here, and Lesmeister under center.
First down and 10.
Takes a snap, does Lesmeister, and Dougherty stopped for a big loss.
Good job by number 41, Ben Smith.
Also McEnroy and Bausted on that tackle along with Bart Smith. host of tacklers on that play. Everybody stepping up, doing a good job.
Good team defensive effort by the Buena Vista Beavers right now. They're just really playing together well as a team and doing a good job.
I just got to say that if you're inside, you're missing a beautiful day outside. It's just nice. The sun is out. The wind's just a little brisk, but feels good. As McEnroy fakes the blitz, steps back. We've got to pass a wing or corner here.
It's a good quick pitch. Good pitch and catch to, I believe, number
88, Wetfold again on the reception from Lesmeister. Wetfold seems to be the leading receiver on this team.
That's right. That brings up about a 3rd down and 6. It was a short play, but it was a completed pass. Good job by the defensive backs for Buena Vista Beavers, not letting them get any yards after the catch. Good job wrapping them up.
Good job by Brennan to come over and help the cornerback on this side and wrap up, make the tackle. Doing a good job of hitting him low and hanging on tight. As we got motion out of Holland again. Drop back for Lesmeister. It's a screen pass. Holland, the man in motion, gets the ball, and he's going to be.
Good job by Jeff Brennan. A good hustle play to stop Holland, I believe.
Brennan with the
like
necktie
5 yards short of
play.
about 5 yards short of the first down. So it's 4th down and 4 or 5 right about now. So another good job by the Buena Vista defense. As we find a twist into the return deep for the Buena Vista Beavers, we find Tyler Tryon and Jeff Brennan both back instead of just Jeff Brennan.
It looks like they've been trying to kick away from Brennan as he is. There's always a chance of Brennan to return a kick for a touchdown. Therefore, if they're going to kick away from him, put someone else back there that can catch the ball and return as well. As the punter gets one off, and he goes to Tryon side of the field, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 16-yard line, I believe.
It was a good decision by Tyler Tryon not to catch that ball because there's a defensive guy right there just waiting for him.
Nice job by Brian Wales punting the ball inside the 20-yard line. Offense come back onto the field. Mackey and Klinkenfuss, Jesse and company going to try to get a long scoring drive.
See if they can extend their lead again.
Mackey coming off the field.
We have 1st down and 10 for the Buena Vista Beavers at the 16-yard line with 5 minutes left to go in the first half.
The lone setback is
Zach Mathers.
Klinkenfuss up to the ball.
Mackey in motion to the left side of the field. Gets set one more time.
Linemen are down. Klinkenfuss drops back, fakes a pass, man on his face. Forced to throw it over the middle, and a nice catch. Was that Dave Jesse again on the other end?
Yes, it is.
It was.
He's catching. His hands are like glue today, Cass. He hasn't dropped one pass yet, I don't think.
He's not wearing gloves, so you can't check him for stickum. But he's doing a good job. Klinkenfuss kind of threw that ball up for grabs. Jesse did a good job of coming up with the catch, and it was a sure catch. He didn't trap it or anything like that.
Klinkenfuss threw that one off his back foot because he was having pressure on him by the defense.
I formation with Mankey in at fullback. Mallers in the deep back. Mallers up the gut, and he trips over his own man. I'm not sure if it was or not, but it looked like he tried to cut outside and just kind of got his feet knocked out from under him. Gain of about a half a yard on that play.
We see number 21. We saw number 21, Troy Salazar, coming off the field, so they're using all their receivers, getting a lot of the receivers' experience with Josh Wig, Troy Salazar that don't start, but they're getting some valuable experience in today's game.
Number 31 back onto the field.
Number 31 for the Beavers is Garrett Gingrich. He's a fullback, 5'10", 182.
BV total yards so far leads 173 to 134. Luther's 134, that is. Is there the offset eye? Handoff goes into number 31, and he gets a gain of none, maybe loss on the play. So good job by the defense there.
We see the Buena Vista punting unit coming in. This is their first punt since their first series of the game, Cass. That was a long time ago.
Don't forget Barons will have the wind at his back on this punt.
Mike Barron's a really nice guy, helps us out at Innovation Video when he's not on the football field. Really nice guy. It's fun to be around, good sense of humor, real great guy.
He's back to punt to the returner back there for Luther. He got pressure, but he gets it off anyways. Number 41, Smith down there. Forced to, or got juked out of the play there. Good return by number 29, just to, not so much the return, but to not lose any yards on that play. But also very good coverage by the BV special teams, as we said, very important. That was Sorsolil on the return, senior D-back from Howard Lake, Minnesota.
The Beaver defense back on the field again. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Beavers up by the score of 17-7. First down and 10 for the Luther on the 35-yard line.
BV defense up and ready. Is Kevin Endelman in at linebacker now. Fastest man on the team, playing middle linebacker there for the Beavers. Also very strong, not just fast. All right.
We see a good stop by the defensive lineman right now. I believe we have another field report ready by our field reporter Ryan Harder. Take it away, Ryan.
I'm here in the stadium with the members of the BV band. I'm right here in the heart of the tenor sax section. I got Chad on one side, Lynn on the other, and how's the game been for the band today?
Oh, it has been spectacular. I tell you, it's amazing what a band can do for this football game. We got the crowd going, and it totally pumped. I love it. I love band.
Well, we have been enjoying the band all day. Lynn, what's the halftime show look like?
If any of you saw it, the Parents' Day, it's the same show.
But it's going to be better this year. This time, much better, because it's sunny, no mud, nothing.
You're out on the field, right?
Yeah, we're doing Conga, Eye of the Tiger, and Old Time Rock and Roll.
Well, that's just great. I have one more question for you, and I'm going to toss it back to Cass and Mark. Either of you know the words to the BV fight song?
Sure. But I can't sing them now because that'd be against, copyright laws. So,
Well, there you go. That's the band. Back up to you, the tag team dynamite duo of Cass and Mark.
Thanks on that, Ryan. Good report down there. Looking forward to seeing that band as we see Smith getting once again being on a deeper pass. Bart Smith, number 24, Thane Holland on the end of that reception. Good catch. He went up for it. Quarterback threw a little high. Didn't lead him. Maybe let him too much.
Timed that jump perfectly.
Exactly.
On behalf of Holland. He's just an all-around good player. He doesn't do anything more exceptional than the other. He's just well-rounded. Is coached real well.
All right, back up to the ball is the Luther offense. The swing pitch out to number 20, Dougherty on that run. They're not going to be able to run the ball against this Beaver defense. That's been proven already. And besides a couple big pass plays, they really haven't been able to do that either. The quick slants are working for them, and the quick hooks are working for them. I'm looking for maybe a hook and go or out and up.
Yeah, either one of those might work, but we saw Sam Ortman, the second string defensive end for the Buena Vista Beavers, another Storm Lake native, doing a good job on that play at the point of attack.
Sam Ortman, very good high school player, played in the Shrine Bowl his senior year. Now he's come to Buena Vista to help this team out as he's getting pressure on the quarterback. Forces him to run upfield. Mike Petticord cleans him up with number 95 on that play. But Sam Ortman really doing a good job of running past his blocker, the lineman, and then past the running back. No one really picked him up. They just kind of got him in the shoulder pad and did a real good job of getting pressure.
Good job by the defensive secondary, too,
We got a Luther timeout right now. Player's going to get some water now. I think that Luther needs to try something else. That the rollout pass has been working sometimes, and so they're not really consistent with any of their plays. Some are working sometimes, some aren't.
I'm not really understanding the strategy of the Luther offense right now because, like you said, they are so sporadic. They might run 5 runs in a way. They might go to 6 or 7 passes. It's just real hard to decide. They're keeping the Buena Vista defense on their toes because they're not getting into a rut, like I should say.
As we see the cheerleaders leading the Beaver train down there, getting the crowd peppy, I might say. As the Beavers break the huddle, so does the Norsemen.
1 minute, 3 seconds left to go in the first half. The Beavers on top, 17-7.
3rd and 8 is going to be the call. 37-yard line of the Buena Vista football Beavers. And we have Endelman coming on the blitz.
Ball
Ortman
on the
coming
ground.
in and a fumble. And it's picked up by Lesmeister. But Pullman come in and smacked him up a little bit. I think once Lesmeister reached down for the ball, he got hit hard by Pullman and company. That whole defensive front 7 are doing a good job of getting in there. Endelman, Ortman, Anderson.
Another good job by Brian Schmidt.
Also
rotating
Schmidt.
plays with John Fick, doing a good job at that outside linebacker position. As it seems someone calls timeout, I believe it was the Beavers
called timeout. The football Beavers, that timeout there. Good job by the coaching staff here, utilizing the clock. It's 4th down. Looks like they're going to get a possible punt. I'm not sure if they'll go for it or not on this side of the 50-yard line, but they're calling timeout, trying to save a little time so they can have the ball back, maybe for a couple shots in the end zone.
That's just a good job after that long pass to Thane Holland, number 24 for the Luther team. After that, the defense really sucked it up, stuffed them on 3 straight plays. Got a little lucky on that muff snap by number 12, the quarterback. Lesmeister.
I'd like to say something about Coach Hadachek talking in the pregame about their depth, and we're seeing it right now. All 3 linebackers are different from what started the game, except Schmidt, but he's been subbing in and out with Fick. So all 6 linebackers really have gotten to play in this football game, along with a few different defensive ends and a few different defensive linemen.
We see number 15 freshman Andy Hodges in for the Beavers again.
The Beavers jump off sides, but get back before the snap, and Schmidt comes in to sack him. And the ball's up for grabs, and we've got pass interference, but I think it's offensively. I think that number 41, I believe of the Beavers was coming up for the ball, and number 88 was all over him, but I'm not sure. That's what it looked like up here in the booth.
Lesmeyer just really threw that one up for grabs. He really wasn't trying to get it to a receiver, just trying to avoid the sack for would have been like a 20-yard loss.
And the call is against the Beavers. I don't agree with that call, but I'm not official, so I'll have to live with it, and so won't the Beavers. As there's 30 seconds left on the clock, I'm not sure if that'll be an automatic first down or not.
I believe it's a 15-yard penalty, so they only had 13 to go for the first down, so it will be a first down and 10.
First down.
The Luther Norsemen. Actually, it really does it no good because the penalty comes from the point of infraction, which was 6 inches behind the normal line of scrimmage.
But it is a first down against the Beavers. Probably not going to get the ball back unless they turn it over somehow. As Lesmeyer's under center.
See, 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
Drops back to pass. That same fade route that was thrown early in the game, and it's caught by Thane Holland. I'm not sure if he
stepped out of bounds about the 26-yard line. See, picking on another freshman, number 15, Angie Hodges. Did have a good defensive play, just a well-thrown ball.
You got to accept that. Holland was in position. He got his hands up into the receiver and into his face. The ball just hit him where it counts, right in the hands. And a good receiver is going to catch the ball anytime it touches his fingers.
As you see Holland going out wide to the left again, and number 88.
Wenthold on this side as Lesmeister up under center, takes a snap. They're going to run option. First time we've seen this. Tough catch for the halfback Dougherty, but he takes it and runs for almost the first down. 16 seconds left on the clock and it's moving. And we got a timeout
for the Luther Norsemen again.
Good clock management by
15 seconds left in the first half. Beavers on top, 17-7, trying to hold that big of a lead going into halftime.
Well, that penalty hurt the Beavers earlier because now they're at least in field goal range as Luther. So this could be potentially 14-17 game or even 17-10, but the Beavers are looking to put up a big stop here. Maybe strip the ball, cause a fumble, or maybe sack them out of field goal range, make it tough because they will be kicking into the wind.
This is where we really find what the defensive line is, where the defensive line is for the Buena Vista Beavers if they can suck it up and stop them right here. That was a good option play. The quarterback held it for as long as he had to and pitched out to the open running back, number 20, and he did all he could with it.
Dougherty made a nice one-handed catch on there as he goes in motion. They're trying to run him outside, and they throw the ball to him as he's open, and he's going to get in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, number 20 for the Luther Norsemen.
Bart Smith on that coverage. Really, nobody picked him up out of the backfield as he went in motion. None of the linebackers went with him or anything, and that caused him to be so wide open in the flat that he got that touchdown. That's going to make it 17-13 with only 9 seconds to go in the half.
As you see, number 14, not Dave Jesse's, he's number 4, Tim Newman, I'm sorry, for the Luther Norsemen to come in and attempt the extra point.
As they lined up in the swinging gate and bring it back over.
As you see, number 11, Jason Nimrod on the hold.
He's the backup quarterback as the kick is up, and
it's a short line drive kick right through the middle of the uprights. 17-14 score with 9 seconds remaining in the first half.
I don't think that Luther will give him a good kick return. I think it's going to go to up one of the up backs, one of the wedge returners. And
with as dangerous as our deep men are in Ben Smith and Josh Wigg, anything can happen. But I think you're right. I think the Luther coaches are way too smart to attempt a deep kick, maybe a squib kick just along the ground to start the clock, because they do know how explosive our deep return men are.
I think that Luther answered the BV drive with the long drive of their own, doing a good job of working the ball down the field play by play with that one big pass play that you might not have got to see while we was down there talking with Ryan Harder. But it was about a 30-yard pass play to Holland. That was probably the key play of that drive.
You can't blame Bart Smith from trying to go for that interception on that pass interference call, because it was thrown up in the air. I guess the referee had a different angle than we did, but that's all right. As we said, the squib kick across the middle. The BV just falls on it. Mike Mickey.
7 seconds on the clock here. I think BV will probably just run it out and go into halftime with a 3-point lead, get things taken care of in the halftime show, or in the locker room, excuse me, and come back out fired up as they'll be kicking off, I believe, second half.
Like we expected in pregame, it is going to be a good game, because Coach Hadchek did say that this really is a Jekyll and Hyde team, winning over a solid Upper Iowa team and losing to a William Penn earlier in the year, I believe. It's going to be a tough second half for the Beavers. They're in for a dogfight here at J. Leslie Rollins Stadium.
Looks like Klinkenfuss just going to down the ball here, and he does. That's going to be the half, folks, with the Beavers ahead 17-14 on homecoming 1998. All right, good job, Beavers, here in this first half, taking the lead early. Luther taking the lead early, and BV fighting back. 17-14, Buena Vista over Luther. Right now, we're going to toss it to a break. Cass and Mark Hazelton, don't forget that.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Didn't get an HIV test when they were pregnant. You see, there's now treatment that can help stop the spread of HIV from mother to baby, which gives children of HIV-infected mothers something they never had before: a chance. If you're pregnant, please get an HIV test.
We want to see our children succeed. But setting easy goals for our kids creates the toughest obstacle they'll ever face. Because succeeding in the real world isn't easy. Help the effort to raise standards in America's public schools. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE.
My son Daku was riding a motorcycle when he was struck by a car. I had spoken to him previously about donating his organs, and it made it so much easier for me to make the decision. I knew that this is something that he wanted. I didn't have to feel guilty about making the decision, doing something that he may not have wanted. Every day I tell people, talk it over. You must let people know what you want.
Do you think you have the power to change the world?
I can change the world one child at a time.
I know I can make a difference in those children's lives.
I teach.
I teach.
Yes, they're teachers, but to the kids they reach, they're heroes.
I teach.
Do you have the power to wake up young minds, to be someone's hero? Teach, to make an impact on our future. Call 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
BVU with honors in May 1991. After graduation, Debbie spent several years of service as a volunteer for a Los Angeles-based domestic volunteer organization where she counseled the homeless of Skid Row. Debbie also served as a job counselor for the emotionally disturbed and poverty-stricken residents of the area. Debbie is presently enrolled in the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University, pursuing her master's degree in public policy. While at BVU, Debbie served as managing editor for the TAC, student senate president, and received the Mass Communication Senior of the Year Award by department faculty members. Congratulations to Deborah Hufteling. Terry Williams is the 1998 recipient of the John Fisher Alumni Award. Terry is a 1981 graduate with honors from Buena Vista's Council Bluffs Center with a bachelor's degree in accounting. He is currently employed by Union Pacific Railroad as a senior project engineer. Being actively involved with the Buena Vista Alumni Board Council Bluffs Center for 10 years, Terry has taken the organization to a new level. He has twice served on the BVU National Alumni Board and has been an adjunct faculty member at the Council Bluffs and Clarinda Centers. Terry has served as a member of the United Way of the Midlands, YMCA, and the Union Pacific United Way campaign. He also chaired an Omaha committee that assisted the undereducated and underemployed to improve chances of employment through job and social skills. Congratulations to Terry Williams. John Goodnow is the recipient of the Alumni Association's highest honor, the Henry Olson Award. John is a 1958 graduate of Buena Vista with a degree in business. He also received a bank management degree in 1972 from the University of Colorado in Boulder. For the past 20 years, he has served as president, director, and CEO of Goodnow Bank Corporation and its subsidiary. John currently serves on the board of directors and is a committee member for Gaylord Container Corporation. He is also a board member and serves on the finance committee for the Lakes Art Center in Okoboji. Goodnow has been a longtime member and financial advisor for the University of Okoboji Foundation and the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation. Since 1962, Goodnow has served 30 different banking organizations in 7 different states, either as president or on the board of directors. Congratulations to John Goodnow. Once again, we congratulate the 1998 BVU Alumni Award winners and wish everyone a memorable homecoming 1998 weekend.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the Buena Vista University Marching Band under the direction of Dr. Chaz Moore. Our drum majors are Michelle Padot and Rich Bruns. Today's show is a rock and roll extravaganza. The band will play Conga by the Miami Sound Machine, followed by Eye of the Tiger. They will conclude their performance with old time rock and roll with a solo by Stacy Carlin on trumpet. The Buena Vista University Marching Band.
year in Michelle Padol, the Buena Vista University Marching Band.
And now I would like to direct your attention to the track again as we have the presentation of the 1998 Homecoming Court, followed by the announcement of our 1998 Buena Vista University King and Queen. Our first couple is Jason Shepard and Eden Smith. Jason is the son of Ken and Jean Shepard from Dallas Center, Iowa. He is a computer science and math major. After graduation, Jason plans to work as a software engineer and eventually attend graduate school. Eden Smith is the daughter of Larry and Judy Smith from Iowa Falls, Iowa. She is an elementary and special education major. After graduation, Eden plans to move to Des Moines and teach. Our next couple is O.J. Freilich and Jerry Ann Hightrader. O.J. is the son of Tom and Linda Freilich from Algona, Iowa. He is a sports management major, and after graduation, O.J. plans on working in Arizona. Jerry Ann is the daughter of Paul and Joyce Hightrader from Elkader, Iowa. She is a mass communications major, and after graduation, Jerry Ann plans to get a broadcasting job in New York. Next, we have Gibson McGill and Shayna Manning. Gibson is the son of Bill McGill and Lucia Lincoln from Charter Oak, Iowa. Gibson is a corporate communications major, and after graduation, he plans to become a CEO of a corporation. Shayna is the daughter of Al and Christy Manning from Adel, Iowa. Her major is sports management. Her future plans, she plans on attending graduate school in sports marketing. Our next couple is James Blake and Abby Baustad. James is the son of Alan and Sue Blake from Esterville, Iowa. Blake is a biology major, and after graduation, he plans to attend either medical school or graduate school in biology. Abby is the daughter of John and Marilyn Baustad from Woodbine, Iowa. Abby is a marketing major, and after graduation, she plans on getting a job in sports administration. Our final couple is Matt Jansen and Heather Hendrickson. Matt is the son of Danny and Donnell Jansen from Tipton, Iowa. He is a finance and banking major. After graduation, Matt plans on working as a loan officer at a bank. Heather is the daughter of Rich and Lorraine Hendrickson from Ossian, Iowa. She is an exercise science and sports management major. Her future plans, she plans to work in Colorado. That's our 1998 homecoming court. We also have joining them today last year's homecoming king and queens, actually, the king, Shane Arp, being accompanied by last year's queens, Lindsay Mount and Ivy Sweeney. They will be presenting this year's 1998 King and Queen. And our winners this year, the 1998 Buena Vista University King and Queen are Gibson McGill and Heather Hendrickson. Congratulations to Gibson McGill, Heather Hendrickson, and everyone on the 1998 Homecoming Royalty. We hope everyone has a very enjoyable 1998 Homecoming weekend.
So we're done now? Now they're going to really have to.
You're a big ass.
Had a lot of competitions going on this week with the floor competitions. I'd like to announce some of the winners. The float winners were team number 3, Ghostbusters. And floor competition, 3rd place, overall competition. 3rd place overall, team number 10, Austin Powers. In 2nd place was team number 7, Saturday Night Fever. And the winners of the floor competition, team number 3, Ghostbusters. Congratulations and thanks for everyone participating in all the homecoming activities throughout the week.
Ryan, last place was Team Citizen Kane. That didn't go too well. Because everything was in color. It was wrong.
No one knew what Rosebud was.
Yeah. You couldn't find a sled.
I have some first half statistics for you. The score after the first half of play, Buena Vista 17, Luther 14. Buena Vista had 10 first downs in the first half. BV rushed the ball 25 times for 83 yards, passed the ball 16 times, 8 completions for 86 yards and 1 interception. Buena Vista total offense ran 41 plays for 100.
Someone once said, we all come into this world alone, and we leave the same way. But in between, we have the chance to connect and help each other, to find ways you can do something to connect with the people in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, Pizza Hut is the only way to go. Pizza Hut only uses the freshest ingredients and toppings on your pizza. Whether it's pan pizza, hand-tossed, or thin crust, Pizza Hut has the pizza for you. Try the spectacular lunch buffet or scrumptious salad bar. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Your pizza is always fresh, hot, and delicious. Pizza Hut, making it great again and again.
Okay, and welcome back to J. Leslie Rollins Stadium. This is Cass Burkhardt along with my partner in crime, Mark Hazelton. BV up 17-14 right now. And I just want to say, if you saw that last commercial, it looked pretty good because now I'm hungry. I'm going to toss it over to my partner here, Mark, for some first half stats. Tell us a little about him, Mark.
All right, thank you, Cass. Like you said, the score is 17-14. Buena Vista Beavers on top of the Luther Norsemen after halftime. For the Buena Vista Beavers, they have had 10 first downs to Luther's 8 in the first half so far.